Don't forget to check me out over on Instagram at GeekdomBigD, where I post not just Dragon Ball stuff, but a lot more than that. And I think you'll have a good time on that page. Instagram.com/GeekdomBigD. So Moro was beaten to a pulp in Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 64, and I've noticed a lot of people are saying they think this is the end, and that Goku will finish him off in Chapter 65, but I don't think so. There's a lot of unresolved things in this arc, a lot of plot points that have not been concluded yet, and based on the way Dragon Ball stories seem to go, it's not going to be this easy. Moro has some things up his sleeve, and I don't think this arc is over. So we're going to be talking about that here in this video. What's going to happen next manga chapter? We're going to give our predictions, and then we'll see when the manga chapter comes out next month if we are great prognosticators or if we are fools. So joining me on this video, somebody who in the past has been a great prognosticator and has been a fool, Oppai Senpai.
It's good to be back. Yes, I am a fool, but today...
Not all the time. Sometimes. Same thing with me. Same thing with me, bro. We all have our good and bad. Man. I'll tell you what, people were asking me about you during my live stream. They're like, did Oppai quit? Did Oppai quit? And I'm like, no. He's upgrading his computer. I had to explain to them that people thought you quit, bro, that you were leaving YouTube. And it's like, no, this guy's just upgrading his computer.
I've had to reset my computer like 3 times, and I'm moving on top of that. So the process of moving out from this to another place. Yeah. But no, I'll be back. I'll be back this week for sure. I'm ready.
Well, I don't know when this video's going up. So by the time it goes up, you might already be back. So
exactly with some new editing style. So you keep an eye out for that. But yes, let's talk about Goku and what's going on in this chapter or next chapter.
Goku beat up Moro, and then at the end he goes, you know what? Do I kill him? Jocko gave him the thumbs up to kill him. And then Goku says, you know what? I'm going to change to being an Earthling now and not be a GP member. So Beerus is worried. A lot of people are saying that they think Goku's going to have mercy on Moro. And I think that is also a possibility. Do you think that is one thing we're going to be seeing? Is Goku being merciful towards him?
See, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna be merciful. Let's analyze that line for a second, right?
Go for it.
So at the very end of chapter 64, he asks specifically as he notices that he's pretty much won the fight, but then he stares at Moro. He says he was sentenced to death. Yeah, and Jocko says, "Do you mind doing the deed for us?" So then you have Goku saying, let me fight him as an Earthling from here on. So I think the reason he said that is not because he's necessarily going to be merciful, but because he wants to take the responsibility and disassociate himself away from the Galactic Patrol so that it's all on him, right? This
that makes sense.
It's personal. But at the same time, while he might not be merciful, in my opinion, I think he's gonna be a little bit slower to finish him off. He's gonna take his sweet Goku time with it, and
that's not good because the same thing happened with Frieza, and the same thing happened with Gohan and Cell, and that is never a good idea.
Exactly. Like if he's doing this as a job, being part of the Galactic Patrol, then his job is just to finish it off, right? Go Beerus and Wiz, that's what they're waiting for. But he's like, no. Let me take my sweet time with it. You know, let me have a little fun, play with this Moro guy. And I think whenever Beerus says something like, I got a bad feeling about this, it's something that he doesn't just say that.
It's a line that was made famous from Star Wars. Because every Star Wars movie has one person saying that line. So
it's definitely foreshadowing something's going to happen next chapter, and I don't think this is going to be over next month.
Me neither. Now, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. It's been discussed on my live streams, but I haven't done a video on it, and that is Moro's hand. So during the fight with Beerus, Moro goes underground to pull a Majin Buu move. Beerus removes the hand. That hand that he removed was not destroyed by Beerus. That hand that he removed is out there, and Moro regrew the hand with the crystal. Beerus then proceeds to destroy the crystals, but that hand is still out there. Then we find out in this chapter against Goku that the same arm that hand belonged to was injured in the fight with Goku. I believe that Moro is going to reattach that hand and either regain his abilities or take someone else's abilities who's there, possibly even Beerus, if they really want to go hard. Or I don't think it'll be him because he's got God Key, but could be a number of different people. And I don't think this fight's over. I think when he reattaches that hand and he regains the ability to regenerate and to use everybody else's moves, I think then it's going to be the true final battle between MUI, Goku, and Moro. And it could be an incredibly epic battle because it'll be Goku facing off against an opponent who is kind of like Cell in that he has everyone's moves and Goku would have to beat him. And to me, that's going to be the ultimate finale. I don't think it's going to end in October, guys. My prediction is that this arc will be over around December or January with Jump Festa announcing the next super arc in December. That's my prediction. So the hand, he reattaches the hand, he regains the powers, he regenerates, including the crystals. And then Goku's like, damn, Mirus' death was for nothing. But then Goku has to destroy the crystals himself, which he should be able to do with that incredible Ultra Instinct speed. That is my prediction for the final battle of this arc. But Vegeta's still out there. Gohan's still out there. Dende's still out there. And Krillin has Senzu beans. What if Moro gets his hands on one of those Senzu beans?
So, all right.
Because that's not done on accident, bro. There's a reason he's there.
Now, the interesting thing about the hand is that it's the same arm, the same hand as the one that he's missing. He's missing a hand right now at the end of the chapter 64.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Right. But also the visuals when he says, me, when he says he begs for his life, notice how there's a rock showing that there's one arm, but it's not showing the other arm. It's hiding that on purpose.
You think he's setting him up. He's playing possum.
Yeah, because a lot of people were upset that, wait a second, this doesn't sound like Moro. He's begging for his life like a cucaracha, like a cockroach. Like, what's going on here? But that's not what's happening here. Moro is always a calculative person who does whatever he needs to do to win the battle. And for him to be begging for his life, it means that he has a plan. And his plan is that the other hand that you're talking about, the one that was cut off by Mirus, that's probably underground right now, gonna pop up somewhere.
Or it could be under the rock. It could be under the rock, right?
It could be under the rock, but I think it's actually underground somewhere. It's gonna pop up somewhere else. Maybe it's gonna steal the sensu beans while Krillin doesn't realize it. Maybe it's gonna take somebody else's ability. Who is definitely not gonna go after Goku, because I think Moro realized that there's nothing that I can do to actually land a hit on this guy. So I don't think it's going to go after Goku.
Right. Goku bro, it was beautiful, bro. The massacre. Goku just laid it in on him. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So you think that there is something to that then, and that Moro will end up getting stronger, and then we're going to have the real big clash between Goku and Moro.
Exactly. Now, this also assumes that Goku doesn't have full control over UI perfection. But
yeah, we know he can tap into it, but we don't know how long he can have it for before his body gives out, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, we don't know how long until he gives up. So if he does power down, will he be able to go back into that?
Well, you did mention before we started recording that you thought that when he goes to the Earthling mode, he's going to power down to what, his base?
His base to finish him off, but there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to go back into, because like I said, it appears that he should be able to go back and forth between perfected and not.
Right.
But at the same time, that's just me assuming. We really don't know to the extent that he's mastered it. He's definitely a better fighter. He fights like a god, according to Beerus, right? Very different than before. Heck, not even Jiren fights like a god. So
not yet.
Not yet.
Because he could train and learn how, trust me. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The sensu beans are out there, but let's not forget about our boy Vegeta. He just literally just got healed. In fact, in this chapter, halfway through the chapter, he was still down on the ground. And then a few pages later, he was out. So he got healed within like a minute.
Well, he heals fast, bro. He heals fast. And yeah, he's gonna, I mean, I've seen a lot of people predict that Goku's going to be the one to beat up Moro and that then Vegeta will finish him off. And I think that would be satisfying for the Vegeta fans. I think that might be enough for them. I can't speak for all of them.
I think,
but yeah.
Honestly, I think that's the direction that this is going, right? Like since the beginning of the arc, or not since the beginning, but halfway through the arc, we thought it was going to be Vegeta saving the day. And then he gets embarrassed. But now I think Goku's ego might cause him to lose. And eventually that's going to leave the door for somebody like Vegeta to come in and his Force Spirit Fission to finally be used to be put to good use, because that hand that has the crystal still has the ability to take copy somebody's ability. So perhaps Force Spirit Fission might allow Vegeta to separate 7-3 away from Moro, and that might still be useful.
And I think a lot of folks are assuming that because the crystal in Moro's forehead was destroyed, that he can't, that the hand crystals don't have the, isn't enough. But if this guy reattaches the hand, he might be able to regenerate those crystals with the Namekian healing, or perhaps the crystals themselves have memory. So y'all have to remember that, a lot of people in this fandom sometimes think they have all the answers. People have accused me of that sometimes, and sometimes I can behave that way. We're not perfect as people, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to just end like this. I think there's, like we talked about, there's going to be more to it. There has to be more of drama, because y'all have to understand, like, everybody was so mad over Vegeta not finishing off Moro. That's not how Dragon Ball is, yo. Like, when it's a major villain, watch any arc, Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, Boo, Cell. Anytime it's a major villain, it's not just the dude comes in and wins. There has to be some kind of twist, some kind of something. Goku got shot by a laser in Resurrection F. There's got to be something that's going to continue the drama, because you have to build up. When you have a story, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And it's not interesting if Goku just beats this guy up and wins. Look at the Jiren fight. Everybody thought that Goku was going to eliminate Jiren, and then boom, his body gives down on him. Yeah, it was a little bit predictable, or not predictable, but a little bit overused. But they had to do something to give us a more dramatic finish, which was the Goku Frieza team up. So I think that this finale with Moro will be a more dramatic finale. It's not just going to be Goku and Vegeta winning easily. There has to be some kind of roadblock they have to overcome.
But now let me ask you this. If he needs to copy someone's ability, we obviously ruled out Goku. If you had to pick one person, who doesn't make sense for him to copy?
Well, he can't copy Whis, because Whis is an angel, and he tried to copy Beerus, but Beerus has no ki, and neither does Whis, so he's out. Beerus is iffy, because Beerus also has God ki, but it might just be an angelic thing to where they're able to suppress their God ki. Or it could be Goku. He might take Goku's power.
See, and then I think he's going to go after Dende.
Yes, that could be it, the healing.
Yeah.
Even though he's already gotten the Namekian regeneration, though, from Piccolo.
Right, but not healing to Dende's the way that Dende can do healing. So I think he's gonna try to copy Dende, but not just that. He's gonna keep that hand on his neck, and he's gonna say, Goku, if you don't power down from whatever this form is, I'm gonna squeeze my hand and choke this Dende guy to death. Right? I think he's gonna use him as bait. And that's leverage.
That could work too, bro, because he is a slime ball. Like, Moro is, unlike Jiren, who's actually a man of honor, who battled Goku man to man, no matter what form Goku used against him. Jiren is a little bit of a flawed character, a little bit beta, but he is a man, and he went in there and fought Goku toe to toe, with or without Ultra Instinct. Moro's a sleazy snake, bro. He'll figure out some way to get around it,
Yeah. So that's the way. And then Majin Buu, there's always a possibility, but it just seems less likely now.
It seems less likely now, yeah. He might show up and maybe help at the very, very, very end. Like, maybe he'll trap Moro with his fat, like he did to Vegeta, and then Vegeta can use the Force Spirit Fission on him like that. Then when Vegeta can say, haha, now, that worked on me, but now I'm doing it on you. Like, there's all kinds of cool things they could do to beat Moro. I just hope that Toyotaro is actually creative, because even though he's a great artist, he's gotten a lot better. He's not the most creative writer. All the stuff in this arc is just copies of stuff we've already seen. And Moro's magic seemed to be a lot cooler when he first premiered, and he's not that interesting anymore. But the art is good, so we got to give him credit for that at least. I just hope that the finale is going to be entertaining and that everybody gets to shine.
And there's also something that you mentioned is his magic, right? He still has magic abilities, which you're right. They've been pretty underused, and they've been pretty basic. Haven't seen any particular magic abilities where you can say that's clearly magic, like Doctor Strange, for example, who clearly those are magical abilities. So, but he may still have something up his sleeve. Now, Majin Buu, if he doesn't show up, well, maybe he might come up in the future arc, but that might be a video for another day.
That's a different story. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, thank you, Opie, for being here, and let us know in the comments your predictions for Chapter 65. And please use your brain and think about it. Broly's not going to show up. I don't think Broly's showing up. I don't think Frieza's showing up. I mean, they might, but it's not likely. Vegeta's not going to get UI. They're probably not going to do Gogeta. I mean, they might. These things might happen, but I want y'all to give me a prediction, not from what you want to see, but from what you think is actually going to happen based on the story context. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and be like, well, Beerus will transform. No. Something that actually is tangible with the story of this arc. I would love to read that, and I will be reading those comments. Thank you, Opie.
Yeah, awesome.
We'll talk to you later.